Hi everybody, Rob Keys here, and I am playing Destiny again. The big 2.0 update came out yesterday. I did a first look video of it where I didn't really know where to find all the new features, but I played a lot last night and finally beat Skullus. Hurrah for me, that's the level 35 Prison of Elders. And that was the last thing I needed to do to get that Moments of Triumph finished for year one, and now I get that exclusive emblem whenever it releases. But I'm going to quickly go to the tower here because there was a couple of epic things I missed yesterday. And then I also wanted to go over, let's see, we're going to go to the tower and look at the emblems and the shaders, how you can access those now and how it's going to store those for you going forward throughout the the 10-year journey that is going to be Destiny. We're also going to take a look at where you can find old vehicles and ships that you've picked up throughout playing the game. And the bounties. I made a mistake on my video yesterday about that, where the bounties are now located. And then also today, this morning when I came on, they already added some of the new Taken King weapons, the higher level weapons that you can get from here in the tower when you go talk to the Gunsmith. So for each of my three characters, I picked up a different prototype weapon, and I'm sort of field testing each one until I fill up this bar, and then you can go back, and I'm guessing you can exchange it for a better weapon, but I'm not entirely sure. But first things first, one of the big changes, outside of just the general interface changes, is here. One, you can now see how the discipline, intellect, and strength directly impact you. You can see here. One thing I didn't know yesterday is that, looks like we're landing here. Go jump back to that screen for a sec. This is inventory. So here you have a very clear depiction now of what you need to do to improve your, in this case, I'm a hunter, gunslinger. So if you want to reduce the cooldown of your special weapon for whatever class you're playing and whatever subclass you have, you want to boost your intellect, this now shows you what you need. So as you can see here, I'm kind of halfway through the second tier of this. So that's kind of wasted intellect. What I should, and this is another example here, I'm 2/3 through the second tier here, and that's meaningless. That's a total waste of discipline. If I could somehow trade an item that is discipline, this one for example, and trade it for intellect, then I would lose that extra green here, and it would go here, and now this would be the same tier. I'd still be tier 1, I'd still have a 55-second cooldown on my grenades, but I'd probably make it to tier 2 here, and my cooldown for my power would drop from 5 minutes and 14 seconds, as you can see there, to something far quicker, like 4 minutes or something. So now you can really sort of set some targets for yourself when you want a power level 1 sort of thing. I think this strength is generally kind of useless. I think people tend to favor discipline and intellect. The golden gun obviously being a big one. Grenades are pretty important too, but for me, I'm a sharpshooter. I like the golden gun, especially now that I have this bad boy. I picked this up last week doing Prison of Elders when I opened the big ass chest at the end, and this thing lets you fire one super golden gun shot that does 6 times the damage of one. So that's even better than using that weird. What's the other one called? Like lets you have a 4th shot. I forget. I have 2 of those as well, but this one gives you 1 power shot for taking out those super heavy elites. Anyway, so that's one big change. This, of course, if you didn't see my video yesterday or haven't played Destiny or read up on any of the changes, max level is still 34 until the Taken King comes out next week and boosts it up to 40, but they've entirely revamped how the attack and defense numbers work, and the XP system too. So instead of relying on light levels for your armor items to get your levels above 20 and to get to 34, gone are the light levels per items. Now you simply have your defense stat, and max right now at level 34 is 170. I guess they just, max 34 divided by 2 is 170. I'm guessing that's how it works. So I'm guessing max defense when Taken King comes out will be 200. Same thing for the weapons. So they kind of rejigged everything, rebalanced it all. Max for weapons is 170. I picked up this bad boy when I finished Skullus last night, a 170 hood. Before, my highest was like 160 before this thing. I should probably drop that off for one of my other characters. Anyway, so 170 is the max right now, so you just put all 170 gear here and all 170 weapons here, and that'll change, and soon there'll be a 3rd subclass. Quests. This thing I thought was the bounties you pick up yesterday, but it said out of 10, so I was confused because I knew they were boosting the bounty cap to 16 that you can carry. This I covered yesterday, but they've also expanded how many materials and consumables you can carry. I think this just used to be 15, but you have a whole extra row here at the bottom. Missions are going to be the new stuff you get with the Taken King. To actually see your bounties, and I totally missed this yesterday, bounties here show up on the right now. And as I said, you can carry 16, which is awesome. Second part of why this is super, super awesome, not only do you get slightly new, prettier icons, a little more vibrant, higher contrast in color, but when you finish a quest, all you have to do is come here to complete it. You just open up your quest screen, go to this tab, and hit X to complete. You do not have to return to the bounty trackers in the Reef or the Tower to redeem your bounties. You can do it on the go. Finally, now all they have to do is add some sort of option where in-game you can just sort of pick up bounties while you're in the field. Or maybe you can use your companion app or something, or log in through Chrome. I use a really cool Chrome plugin right now, actually, on my computer, my other monitor, to swap gear back and forth between my characters when I'm during missions and stuff. Of course, this is the quest, and I showed you yesterday where you can go. You go to the Vanguard area in the tower to reclaim quests that you've abandoned or ones you've missed. Collector's edition, I think, or Legendary edition of the game, and you got that cool sort of red one. Okay, here we go. You probably know Eva. This is where you could always buy a couple of emblems and shaders. See what she's got today. I bought one of these more expensive ones yesterday. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, can't, because I can only hold one at a time. Still got a bunch of emblems. I think people who are hardcore about this game, completionists out there, are going to really start wanting to collect all of these, because now you don't have to waste inventory space carrying them. You can just come to this pretty screen here. They're using the same sort of screen at every section. Looks like a giant-ass iPhone. Come here, and you can access every emblem you've ever collected. Look at that. It makes me feel bad because I actually have very few. I don't have any of the faction ones, but here are the ones from the Dark Below. I don't know why I don't have this one. Oh, I do. I'm just holding it. Okay. There's 4 different collections up here. If you look at the tab, so I'll press the right bumper to cycle through. But here you go. So again, if you have an emblem, it's taking up space, delete it. You don't have to worry about it. You can always reclaim it here at any time for the future of Destiny. And the best part is you do not have to pay anything to get it back out. So you still need to hold the emblem, of course, on your character if you actually want to have it equipped, but now you don't have to waste vault space or your precious character space holding these things. And let's just take a quick look. I have none of these. I only ever bought, I just don't spend money on this kind of stuff. And of course, same thing for shaders. This is going to make a lot of Guardians out there happy. Look at this. All the stuff you've ever collected. Wow, I do not have many of these again. It's all going to be here. And yes, before you ask, it is shared between your characters. So this is more incentive right now. I mean, you could always grab a shader and throw it in your vault, pick it up with another character. But now you don't even have to do that. You can have all the characters with the same shader if you get one of those really rare ones. This way you have more incentive now to have 3 characters participate in 3 different factions, so you can get those sort of faction-specific shaders and fill out your collection. Once you pick it up for any of your characters, it'll be in here, available to all of your characters. So that's awesome. These are the same sort of screens we saw down in the Vanguard area, where you can pick up those exotics that you missed. Or whatever, not missed, but exotics that you may have disassembled for parts and you want to reclaim them later. Of course, if you do rebuild an exotic, armor or weapon, you will have to level it up again. It's not going to come straight out of there fully maxed out. But with the new system of motes, you can just spend a bunch of motes to kind of power level up your gear very quickly. What is the Cryptarch? Oh yeah, I just picked up that blue emblem. And there's one other thing I'll show you too after we go to this side here.
Choice. Back out into the dark, Hunter.
All right, so we're going to go over here to the shipwright, who you met at the very beginning of the game. She's always kind of held on to a few of those common and uncommon ships and uncommon sparrows, which quickly became obsolete. She never really served a purpose beyond that. But now, again, just like the shaders and emblems, you're probably going to want to go buy all these ships, because once you do...
How's these look to you?
Let's take a look at this one. This one's kind of cool. I was looking at this one this morning. Yeah, I'll just buy that just for funsies as an example. Oh my god, 2,500? Forget about it. I'm not going to buy any ships from her. That's crazy expensive. But if I did, I would have access to it for all of my characters forever through this screen. I'm lost. Here we go. Access ships. Same layout. Look at this. All the ships you've ever collected. Again, I have an embarrassingly low amount. But I actually have all of these ones, I believe. I'm just kind of hanging on to them. Oh, yeah, see? I deleted this one, but I can pick it back up. Very cool. Yeah, this is a great friggin' system. Again, you can just acquire it without spending any money, no biggie. But now you're gonna, like I said, the collectors out there are gonna want to buy all of them eventually, so they can have them all available for every character. So one of my favorite parts about this is because I don't have most of these ships, I can come here and preview them and take a look. So I kind of know, you find a ship you like the design of, you can find it here, and then search online for the best way, quickest way to get that ship. So that's very cool. And same thing for your vehicles here. Not sparrows, it specifically says vehicle. So I'm hoping one day Bungie adds other sorts of vehicles you can have in your collection beyond these little Return of the Jedi ripoff speeder bikes. There you go. So that's that. And before I end this video, the last thing I got to show you is what they added this morning to the Gunsmith. Your first kind of taste at some of the new, I wouldn't say it's a quest, but it's definitely an objective you can do to acquire other weapons, and that's here at the Gunsmith. The Gunsmith, traditionally totally useless, only selling green and white weapons and ammo. Still going to have ammo synthesis, but they've given him much more reason to come talk to him. He has his own reputation now you can level up to gain. I'm sure you can get packages and pick him up at the Postmaster for every level, just like you can with the factions and Vanguards and the Crucible people too. But they've simplified the telemetries as well. So I know he had to buy like weapon-specific telemetry. So if you had a fusion rifle, you had to buy the fusion rifle one, and it's only useful for that. But now they've kind of broken it down to the basic classes of weapons: primary, secondaries, or I guess they call them specials, and then heavies. So his screen, much more simplified. Again, 3 types of ammo. You got your, what do you call this shit? What's primary, I guess? Yeah, primary ammo, your special ammo, heavy ammo, and now your telemetries are based on the 3 classes of weapons as well. So super simple. Much more versatile, so you can use it for all of your heavy weapons if you buy one of these things. Now here is the new shit. These basic new, or I guess they're common because they're white weapons. Taken King weapons, your first look. Totally different designs, different manufacturers. Look at these bad boys. Look at that thing. It looks fucking cool, right? Totally different. Let's take a look at this one. I bought this one for one of my characters, the pulse rifle. Feels like a real gun. They're going far more Halo UNSC design on some of these weapons, which no one's going to complain about. Love the variety. I bought this for this character. Very cool. These feel like very, very earthly, practical designs. What's this? Look at that fucking thing. This looks cool. Looks like a little badass railgun. I don't know what the hell's going on in here, but awesome. Very cool guns. Last resort. Yeah, so you can pick up one of these. They're free to pick up, which is great. You can only have one equipped at a time. So I picked a different one for each one of my characters. And I'll show you. I have it equipped now. Then you got to take it into the field and wreck some shit to gather data. I'm 80% done here. Make double kills with this weapon to gather data. Okay, and then I don't know what happens then. Once I gather the data, I'm assuming I bring it back here to redeem some sort of item. He'll probably give me some rep to boost up his reputation on the side. Yeah, field test foundry weapons to place additional arms day orders. Oh, okay, so once I field test this one, I don't know if they're going to give me a better weapon, maybe like a green version of this weapon, or it'll unlock a better weapon I have to start doing data gathering for it, but we'll find out. But for now, I just wanted to show you some of the other things I missed with the Destiny 2.0 update. I've been sort of out of touch with the game and have not been following all the Reddit threads and updates on the Bungie website. So I was kind of learning on the fly last night and today. But I beat Skulless, so suck it, Fallen. Until next time, like and subscribe for more. I am FailCube on all the gaming systems and social medias. So, and if you want to follow my main Twitter account for, movie, comic book, geeky, tech, video game, cool shit like that, it's twitter.com/Rob_Keyes. That's Keyes. And we'll see you next time. Leave a comment, too. If you're playing Destiny, hit me up. I love reading your comments. Cheers.